this evening. One of my favorite comics here in New York City. I just dig this guy so much. But without further ado, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Mark Norman.
All right. The old Hall of Music, eh? A lot of good-looking Jews in the crowd tonight. Hello. A lot of good-looking ladies. I like a good-looking lady, which is interesting, because when I was a kid, I hated girls. When I was like 6 years old, I thought girls were gross, thought they were dumb. And you know, you're allowed to hate girls as a kid. That's really the only group a kid's allowed to hate. Because if I was a 6-year-old that hated Puerto Ricans, that would be weird. You know, if I was like, hey mom, I hate Puerto Ricans, she would never say, oh, you'll like them one day. You'll like them a lot. Any Puerto Ricans here? Just 2, it's gonna be a good show. Alright, I love a good party, I'm kidding. I'm gonna be having a couple of these boozers tonight. I like to hit the sauce pretty hard. Does anyone else have that one friend where you go to a bar to try to meet some girls, it doesn't go too well, and like 20 minutes into it they just go, screw this, let's go to a strip club? I don't get that logic. You know, to me that's like going fishing, not catching anything and being like, screw this, let's go to the aquarium. I don't get that. I was at a bar last night and there were a couple girls at the bar flirting with guys just for the free drinks. They weren't going to put out one of those drinks, pretty good move. Makes you wonder. You think there's ever been any smart kids out there who would flirt with pedophiles just for the candy? Hey, Timmy, don't talk to that guy. He's a child molester. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Gotta get these Skittles somehow. I have never paid for sex, which is surprising. Never had to do that. I don't see why that's considered such a bad thing. You know, sex is just a need like anything else. Why is it the one need we have where it's frowned upon if you pay for it? We don't do that with any other needs. You know, no one's ever like, oh, come on, man, you paid for those groceries? You're a young guy, you should be farming. Come on, you're better than that. It's good to be out here tonight. I still have a day job. I work the old 9 to 5. I'm a janitor during the day. I tell people I'm a maintenance man, but does mopping. It's a rough gig. Nobody talks to me. Nobody looks me in the eye. I work at this swanky lofts in Midtown. It's rough. The other day I was mopping the floor and a businessman slipped. And he goes, Jesus, man, if the floor is wet, you got to put a sign down. I'm like, I'm mopping in front of you. I am the sign. You know the little guy on the sign doing this? That's me, but in 3D. Come on. Then my boss chewed me out after. He's like, come on, Mark, you're embarrassing me out there. I'm like, you're embarrassed? I went to college. Let me have this one. You know, say stuff to me like, hey, where'd you learn how to mop? I don't know, Fantasia? Who learns mopping? I hate the day job. I hate every minute of it. There's a girl at my day job who blogs about The Office and then asks me to read it. I'm like, I work with you. Why do I need to read the blog at home? That's crazy. Like, too many people have blogs now. It's like an epidemic. Like, who here has a blog? What's your blog about, sir?
Break it up.
That sounds just depressing. That's what I'm talking about. Like, blogs are like babies. You know, they're too easy to make and not everybody deserves one. You know when you bump into somebody on the street and you go, hey man, how you been? He goes, oh, I'll tell you how I've been. You go, oh crap, that's a blog. That's a blog right there. That's it. Hate the day job. I hate it. Saving grace of my day job is there's this fun gay guy there. I love a good gay man. I love a gay guy. Are there any gay men here? It's the quietest it's been all night. I always imagine when I ask that, there's just one guy in the back going, should this be the time I come out? Should this be when I say it? The reason I ask you if there's any gay people here is I have the worst gaydar in the world. I can't tell who's gay. Like, I can know a guy for 10 years, I wouldn't know who's gay. Like, I could see two guys kissing outside of a bathhouse, and I'd be like, they're probably just European. Terrible gaydar, and that worries me. Because I was reading a 17 magazine recently. I was at a dentist's office, and I brought it. And there was this quiz in there called How Good Is Your Gaydar? Took the quiz, failed it, got a 0 on the gaydar quiz. And that worries me, because people have asked me if I was gay before. So now if they ask me again, I have to be like, I wouldn't know. No idea if I'm a gay man, sorry. I have one friend who I'm pretty sure he's gay, but he won't admit it. Does anyone know a guy like that? You're like, come on, you're gay, just tell me. All right, I hope that's not him. Pretty sure he's gay, but he won't admit it. The most I can get out of him is he'll say, well, I experimented in college. And I'm like, yeah, but you went to college online. Not sure what that means exactly. Like, I don't think anybody here went to college online. I did it. It takes like 20 minutes a week. So really, you are gay, and you experimented with college. That's more accurate. I am for the old gay marriage. I'm on board with that. I like gay marriage. I like gay marriage because it's the one big issue you can be honest about and still look like a good person. Let me explain. Like if somebody says, hey man, how do you feel about what's going on in Japan? I don't care. Doesn't affect me. What a dick. But if somebody says, hey man, how do you feel about gays getting married? I don't care. Doesn't affect me. You got the right attitude. Very progressive. Open-minded guy he is. One of my good friends, she loves going to gay bars, so I'll go with her to be a good buddy, you know? And my other friends are like, dude, you go to gay bars? That is weird. What? If some gay guy hit on me, I don't know what I would do. How about you just not have sex with him? I never got that. Like, you're angry at somebody for being attracted to you? Do you hear yourself? Like, I'm not into 80-year-old women, but if some 80-year-old woman pinched my cheek and was like, oh, Mark, you're so cute, I wouldn't be like, get the fuck off me, bitch! I'll kill you! None of that shit! I like gay bars, you know? Last time I went to a gay bar, some guy there told me I had pretty eyes. That's amazing. No woman's ever told me that, you know? That was great. It was nice to be appreciated for my looks for once in my life. Like if I want to get with a girl, I've got to use my personality. And I got to be honest, ladies, I'm getting really sick of having to bring it in every conversation. It was nice to just be able to kick back and coast on these beauties for a minute. Love those gays. You know who doesn't like gay people is the old religios. You know, the God nuts. Are there any really religious people here? Alright, good, because I want to make fun of it. I went to Catholic school my whole life, which is why I'm not a believer now. That is the worst time ever. Hated Catholic school. Not a religious guy. But I do find religion funny. Like, it's interesting to me that in the 50s, rock and roll was considered the devil's music. Now there's Christian rock. Well, what the hell happened there? I guess Christians go by that old motto, if you can't beat them, ruin it. I am not a religious man. I feel like if I worship anything, if I have any religion, it's the internet. That's my religion. I know its history, I give it money, that's my religion, you know? That's why I love my neighborhood, because everywhere around me has free Wi-Fi. Restaurants, coffee shops. I saw a dive bar with free Wi-Fi the other day. The only place I've never seen with free Wi-Fi is a church. And I think that makes sense. Because no church wants to compete with invisible power that actually works. Come on, let's be honest. Prayers don't get answered, emails do. I'm kind of in the old doghouse with the girlfriend right now. Yeah, the old lady, she wants to move it up to the next level. She wants to kick it up a notch, which is terrifying. I told her I wasn't ready. She said, you know what, Mark, you have a commitment problem. You have a problem with commitment. And I'm like, look, I've never committed to a woman in my life. How can I have a problem with something I've never done? That's like saying, hey man, you want to do some coke? Never touch the stuff. You got a real coke problem. Real snowblower over here. She wants to get married, which is like my worst fear. Is anybody here married? Oof. That was the most depressing line. Oh my God. Oh boy. One guy couldn't even get his arm all the way up. I saw you. Terrifying. And she always tries to freak me out. She's always like, well, Mark, aren't you scared of dying alone? Aren't you scared of dying alone? And I'm like, no. I'm scared of dying in a group. Because that means something really bad happened. Plane crash, train derailing, hostage situation. If you die alone, you did something right. That's how I see it. Die alone, what a creepy... That was a creepy move she pulled on me there. Creepy's a fun word, though, isn't it? That's a fun word. Because it's a word that's changed with age. To a kid and to an adult, that word means totally different things. Like, to a kid, creepy's like spooky, like a cemetery is creepy. To an adult, creepy's like a guy on a bus who winks at you while eating a banana. The word's totally changed. There's kid creepy and adult creepy. Kid creepy's like a haunted house. Adult creepy is like a gynecologist with a mustache. I want to apologize if there's any hipsters here with a mustache who are working on their gynecology degree. I don't know. All right. What do you need to look at vaginas? I don't know anymore. Oh, yeah. I'm a long way from home, Jews. I'm a long way. I'm from New Orleans originally. That's where I was born and raised. Fun town. Hey, all right. Somebody's been drunk before. That's good. It's a fun time. New Orleans is a fun city. The only problem with New Orleans is it's hot all year round there, like brutally hot. And we're kind of scared of the cold there. And when I told my family I was moving to New York, as a gift, my aunt got me a ski mask. Which I thought was kind of weird. Because either she thinks New York is really cold, or that I hate surveillance cameras. What did she expect me to do? Walk around Broadway with a ski mask on? Like, Legally Blonde's a musical now. That would be terrifying, Ski mask. I don't even think I've ever seen a guy skiing wearing a ski mask. Even if I saw a guy shushing down the slopes with a ski mask on, I'd be like, that guy just stole some skis. I had one friend in New Orleans, he loved doing the old massage with the happy ending. Anybody here ever done that? The married guy did the same move. I don't know. To me, I'm not on board with that. Like, to each his own, but to me, the massage is already happy. You don't need that at the end. Like, what is it, Christmas and your birthday? Take it easy. Like, to me, it makes more sense to put a happy ending after bad appointments. Like the DMV. Or the post office. Or the dentist. Doesn't that make a lot more sense? Like, wouldn't it be a lot easier to sit through a root canal if you're going to get a hand job at the end of it? My friend loves those happy endings. He's also a big baseball fan. And he just found out his favorite baseball player is on steroids. Totally bummed out about it. And I was like, dude, what do you care, really? What's the difference? And he goes, well, how would you feel if your favorite porn star was on Viagra? And I was like, well, honestly, it's a little weird. You think my favorite porn stars are men? It's a little strange. What straight man is watching porn and going, all right, they're putting Brian in. But I went back home recently to see the folks, put some quality time in. I'm going to level with you guys. Me and my parents, we don't really get along. We can't really connect. We can't really open up. Like, I know some friends who will actually smoke weed with their parents. That blows my mind. If I watch a movie with my parents and there's a nude scene, we don't talk for a week. Can't imagine doing drugs. That's crazy. And even though me and my dad have this distance between us, when I was a kid, he still felt it was all right to walk around bottomless. Anybody else's dad do this? I think that's why I'm a comedian today. It really messed my head up, you know? And what I don't get about the whole bottomless thing is he still wore the t-shirt. He still wore the shirt. What's the logic there? That means at one point he was naked in front of his dresser going, I better cover up. Well, you cover the wrong half, Pops. Your shoulders aren't the problem. It's your giant dad cock. What are you doing, Dad? You might as well be wearing sunglasses. It's not helping. This is a true story. One time I walked in on my dad. He's wearing no pants, t-shirt, shirt says, world's greatest dad. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Mark Norman.